Here with Chad Walsh after a fall against Penn. Following your career for a while, a couple questions I wanted to check in with you about is how do you describe your style of wrestling?
When I'm wrestling my best, I like to call it wide open wrestling, getting after it from the first whistle and making it a war for the whole 7 minutes. I feel like that's when I'm at my best, and I just feel like that's when I can really let it fly the most, so that's what I like to do.
One of the most interesting things I find when you're at your best, even when you're not at your best, no one's safe in any position. Tell me about your mindset and your approach to the sport. Do you have self-talk that's just aggressive? Tell me, what is it that goes through your head? Are you thinking or reacting?
I think it's just a lifetime of wrestling preparation, just kind of finding my way through positions and learning how to wrestle through everything. The one thing I always think back on is when I was a kid, we used to wrestle 2 divisions at tournaments, so I'd wrestle like 12 matches in a day. So I'd be hopping from mat to mat, they'd be calling me on another mat while I'm wrestling my match. So I got used to wrestling, 20 minutes in a row or whatever it was, and I feel like that's something that I'm ready to go for the whole 7 minutes, and that's what I train for, to be able to wrestle for as long as it takes. So.
Had a great run at NCAAs in March. Has anything changed this season or since that time for you? Or people got a target on you? I mean, anything for you changing?
No, not really. I think it's just the same consistent hard work. Every day I come in and just try to get better. That's all it really is to me. I think it's going to be something awesome to look back on someday that I did that at such a young age. Only my second year I made it to the semis, and it's something to build off of now. So it gives me that confidence to go back there this year and to be ready to wrestle against anybody. It showed me that I can compete against the best. So it definitely was a great stepping stone, and I'm looking to build on it.
So with your wide open style, you sometimes miss maybe down by some big deficits.
Yeah.
Where do you get the mental toughness to not quit?
I don't know. I just think that it's like I do too much training to like put myself out of a match. If I'm down, I was losing 14-0 or 16-2 or whatever it was last year in a match, and I've been a kid. It's just I don't stop wrestling until it's over. I think.
Did you always have it?
Yeah, I've always kind of wrestled like that. Well, it took me a little while to develop it, but I've always never quit. You wrestle the whole match, and if you're losing, you keep going. So that's always been something that I've done. But one thing I talk about with my coach, I got to stop, and I've been saying it for a while. I got to stop letting myself go down 6-0 because that puts me behind.
Right.
I wrestle tough afterwards, so I got to start wrestling like that from the beginning.
Does it change? Does your mindset change when you're in that kind of hole?
I think a little bit. I think you can see I kind of get a little more aggressive, and I won't even be in my stance too much. I'll just think I got to score, I got to go right now. And a lot of times I think that's when I wrestle like that. That's how I wrestle my best. So I kind of need to implement that into
It's interesting. Someone's got to put you on your back on the mat. So I mean, to me, when
my wake up call,
right? Like you look like you woke up, you came back to the center of the mat. I'm like, oh, he's gonna turn it on now or something. When did you start wrestling?
6 years old, 7 years old.
When did you take it seriously?
Probably about 9 to 10 years old. We started going all over the place and training and wrestling a bunch of matches every year. So.
How much younger are you than your brother?
Like 3.5 years.
Okay.
I was a freshman when he was a senior.
Okay.
In high school. So.
You love the sport?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it more than I ever have now.
What is it?
I think nowadays it's kind of just every day trying to get better and just realizing how far I've come, and being a part of this team at Ryder. I think it's a great team to be a part of, and they make it enjoyable for us, the coaches, the teammates, and like I said, the time where I'm working the hardest and spending the most time into it is the time I love it the most. So that's a good balance. I like feeling like that every day. So.
Are you a big goals kind of guy or a day-by-day person?
I mean, I always have an NCAA title in my mind, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, but every day is just a work in progress towards that. I know that I got to take a lot of steps to get to there, to get to the top of the podium. But, it's kind of, I guess I could say both, because every day it's just getting a little bit better. 1% better every day is what I like to say. So,
if you had to tell yourself one thing a couple years ago when you were in high school that would have helped you in your travels, to get to this spot quicker, what would it be?
I could have probably told myself 10 different tips.
Okay.
But just the fact that you got to learn how to hand fight and not, I kind of really never knew how to put together a match. I kind of just went out there and just, I don't know, winged it or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's still what I do now, but it's just with a different style, a style that, I know I can do that. I kind of just did it and really didn't have a strategy back then. Nowadays, every day I work on my strategy and the moves I'm going to be hitting, so I've developed myself into a wrestler that can compete with the best and be consistent with the best.
Right,
so.
Good mental improvement.
Definitely.
Hey, can you take your brother?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Just between you and me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I hope he watches this video. I can take him.
Anything else you want to say?
Nah, yeah, I'm just working hard, and I'm happy to be a part of this team. We're going to keep going up from here. So
Tell me a couple words about the team. What's it like? What's the attitude like in the practice room?
the coaches keep it light, and the wrestlers are just trying to get better every day, and that's just a good atmosphere to be a part of. So I love to be a captain of that team, and I told my coaches tonight after Wolf's match that he should be a captain too. I think he deserves it after wrestling like he did
Nice.
tonight.
That was a tough match.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for the time of watching this season.
No problem. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.